Okay. Now let's talk about the Indiana Fever. Lin Dunn, Christie Sides, Caitlin Clark. But before we get started, I want to thank y'all for tuning in to the Gertie Mac Show, taking y'all time to subscribe to the channel, liking and sharing my videos. I appreciate all of that. Now let's go. So the Indiana Fever is back at practice, getting ready for the second half of the WNBA season. But question and the talk that's still going on is, can Christie Sides be the coach for Caitlin Clark? And can she get this team to a top spot in the playoffs? A lot of fans really feel like Christie Sides need to go. Even during this break and them showing that they back at practice, people are still calling for Christie Sides' job. They want her to go to the nearest unemployment office and stand in line like a soldier and look for another job to go to, because they don't want her over there coaching Caitlin Clark. And now, it appears that Christie Sides in one of her interviews talked about having to sit down with Caitlin Clark, which I already made a video on that. Go check that out. And it seems like she's trying to connect with Caitlin Clark and also connect with the fans and maybe, listen to some of the stuff that's going on. Because the fans in Indiana Fever and all across the world, they do not support Christie Sides and even Lin Dunn. Now, with all this spotlight, with Caitlin Clark being the #1 draft pick, I understand there's a lot of pressure for a coach like Christie Sides to deal with. Caitlin Clark likes to play fast, but there's been times where there's plenty of viral videos and moments where you see Christie Sides slows the ball down. She at one moment, when Caitlin Clark had a fast break for a clear pass for an easy 2 points, Christie Sides called a timeout. It's moments like that where people feel like Christie Sides do not know what she's doing and she is not qualified. It's like she got her coaching job out the Cracker Jack box like license back in the days. So that's what people are upset about. Now, when it comes to Caitlin Clark and her and Aaliyah Boston, they're starting to connect, but Caitlin Clark connects better once she is pushing the ball. There has been moments where plays have been drawn up in the last minute and seconds of the game, and she have taken the ball out of Caitlin Clark's hand. You have a good 3-point shooter who shoots long range like a cell phone tower, and you get a ball to somebody who was 0-8. And those are the moments that people are talking about when it comes to Christie Sides. Now, Lin Dunn has addressed all the talk about Christie Sides. People want her fired, want Lin Dunn to get rid of her. She can't coach Caitlin Clark, and all the criticism that she receives. Shout out to one of my subscribers. They're the ones who messaged me about this interview that Lin Dunn did with Locked On Women's Basketball with Howard Mandel. Y'all check out Lin Dunn addressing all of the talk about Christie Sides and this whole Caitlin Clark stuff. Check this video out.
Saying if you want to be in the playoffs, then your data has to indicate that you're performing at that level. And so if we're 9th, we need to be 7th. If we're 6th, we need to be 4th. So, how do we look at those statistics and that data and say, okay, how do we go up 2 points, or how do we go up 2 standings? And so in my mind, our opponents need to score 5 less points a game. There's not any doubt in my mind. And we need to execute at a higher level with our inline, sideline, after timeouts, after free throws, our special situations, our end of quarter. We need to be better there. And so that's how we score more points, and that's how we stop teams from scoring as many points. We need our defensive transition needs to go up a notch or two. We're giving up too many transition scores. So there's a plan there. And the great thing about Christie is she and her staff are very coachable. They're open to suggestions. They're open to making a plan. Okay, here's what we have to do to get better, and here's how we have to do it. And I love that about this young staff.
Now, can anyone explain to me, what is Lin Dunn referring to when she say special situation? The only thing I know special is K, and that's the cereals, and I don't eat that. But she talked about, you see her scenario. If they 9, they need to be 7. If they 6, they need to be 4th. How about just be number 1? Just shoot for that. But Here's the part where she finna address the whole Christie Sides and the criticism and all of the fans that be in the comment section saying that Christie Sides need to be fired. Check this out.
And I'm glad you mentioned Christie, because I want to go back to that was a trial by public fire, what she's been going through. And it continues, right? There's more attention than there's ever been before. Just take us behind the scenes if you can, because I know you a long time and you hate to lose, but you have always been preaching patience about this team throughout. What are those conversations like with Christie, who, again, another person who hates to lose, but understood the assignment, right? Take me through those conversations and how you guys kind of got through that to where you are now.
Well, I think first and foremost, I expected an enormous fan. I expected sellouts, everything that's happened. I expected Caitlin Clark to be great early. Yeah. I was one of the few people that said, hey, she's going to be fine. She's going to be fine. She's going to do a lot of the things that she did at Iowa. She's going to do them in her rookie year. What I didn't expect, though, was probably the mean-spirited vitriol postings that I saw on social media. And I'm not on all of those, all of them. I'm on just a few, to promote the Fever. But I was really taken aback with some of the harsh comments that I've seen towards coaches, towards players. Even when the Olympic Committee didn't select her and how they were attacked, that's been the biggest surprise for me, that there's been this kind of attacking, mean-spirited posting towards everybody, and so I don't like it. I don't think it's appropriate. That's not my style. And so I think the coaches, the players, I know on our team had to adjust to that. They were taken aback by, wow, look at that harsh commenter. And so we had to block out the noise, and we had to talk about, you have to block out the noise. What's happening on the outside does not matter, especially by people that post things that you don't even know them. If you don't know that person, then it has no value. Only listen to people that you trust, that you love, that you care about. And so all that other noise has got to be blocked out. And it's easy to say that. But sometimes it's hard, because it's surprising that that's happening. And so that was part of the process. Don't pay any attention to that. Block it out. Do you know who that person is? Nope. Well, then they don't matter. And so that's a real tricky thing to do. And I think our coaches and our players had to learn to block out any of the negative crap. Just block it out. Don't pay attention to it. It does not matter. And so that's part of the journey with getting more tough-skinned, just not losing focus, not letting any of that bother me. Don't worry about what people say if their opinion doesn't matter. Yeah. And so I think they've done a good job with that, and it hadn't been easy adapting to that. No, no one wants to pick up a iPad or a phone and be attacked, and not even know the person. So we had to get past that. We had to block that out. We had to move forward. We had to be resilient. We had to persevere. Nobody likes losing. Okay. But losing is an opportunity to get better. If you lost, figure out why you lost and figure out how do you fix it. That's just my philosophy.
So you heard Lin Dunn talk about, they just block all the people out. All the people talking about Christie Sides basically need to be fired. She can't coach Caitlin Clark. All this kind of stuff. They tired of Christie Sides. She said block it out. Do you know those people? No. Well, at least let you know that they do see it, because that's her. She said she don't be on a lot of this social media stuff, but she be on some. So they see all the talk that's going on. But I'm going to say this. A lot of those fans, now you got fans who just be extra, but a lot of those fans really love Indiana Fever basketball. They're really liking women's basketball. And a lot of those fans, of course, is there for Caitlin Clark. They want to see the team be great because they see the potential that the team can be. And I think a lot of mistakes that Christie Sides does make, you don't have to be a coach to see those mistakes. And people see those mistakes and they be like, come on now. Like, why would you do that? I think it ain't so much that people dislike Christie Sides. They just want to make sure, business-wise, that y'all have the best coach in place to coach Caitlin Clark. And they ain't got nothing to do with not liking Christie Sides. It's just making sure business is business. Do we have the right coach for this team? We have a number 1 draft pick. We have a person that's bringing a lot of spotlight. But other than the spotlight, we have a very talented point guard player that can score and all that on this team. Is Christie Sides the best for this team? And if she's not, regardless if Lin Dunn is cool with Christie Sides or not, friendship is friendship, but business is business. Make the best decision for the team, not based on friendships and all that kind of stuff. But y'all get in the comments, tell what y'all think. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share this video. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I drop another video. Also follow my social media @GertieMac15. Holla.